scholarship. That is not a problem, but the major problem is that the exams are coming up. They are coming. The exam is coming up. They are starting exams, and probably September, maybe 8 or 12th of September, and most of the students have not yet paid their school fees, and they are expecting the government to disburse this scholarship in order for them to pay. And this scholarship is something that did not started today, or did not started 2 days ago. It's something that have been there in this state of ours. Student knows that they are paying the scholarship in every year. This is 1 year, 3 months they have not disbursed the scholarship. So now students are crying and they are shouting our name, thinking that we have joined hands with the government not to pay the disbursement of the scholarship. Whereby we have been listening to people around saying that the NANISS national headquarters have a synergy with the government, that we don't want the government to pay the scholarship. That is why we now said no. We should put our hands together to talk to the government, and we have done that. We have taken all necessary measures. We have talked to the whosoever you think it is a high ranking in this government. We have talked to him, and what we hear from them is we should come back tomorrow, come back next tomorrow, come back tomorrow. We are tired. We are tired. So that is the major reasons. This is the fundamental reason that make us to come forward with this protest. And whosoever find himself in Aluta or politics, there are 3 C's, which is consultation, consolidation, and confrontation. The NANS president, National Association of Nigerian Students, have included another C, which is communication, and we have done all this, and no attention is given to students in Niger State. That is why we said we should try as much as possible to. We promised the student that this scholarship will be disbursed, and there's a lot of promises which we promised the student. And of course, if no one is achievable, definitely we will totally, our career will be a problem to us in our future. The Hausa man said, "The one day bar gida ya bar shi." So bara mu bar gida ba, kuma bara mu bar gida ya ban mu ba. That is why we find most of the students are changing their indigenous form. As I'm talking to you presently, the student in Kastina, the student in Sokoto, in Kaduna, Kano, and so on and so forth, they are changing their indigenous from Niger to other states, because those states are giving them soft landing in education, because they know the importance of education. We are not saying our darling governor doesn't know the importance of education, but want them to put hands in order for us to find it more easier, because as I said earlier, education is the backbone of every community as far as we are concerned. Educational sector need to be given attention to all government, even the marketers. Today, the price of commodity in the market is high. Most of our parents are farmers. They are in the villages, and there is no peace in these villages for them to farm and sponsor their children in education. So look at the problem we are facing. That is where we are soliciting, and of course we are want to draw attention to the state government to please try as much as possible to listen to us in order for us to have a smooth and clear education. So I think that is the one of the reasons, because there are thousands of reasons that make us to find ourselves in this protest, but I think this is one of the reasons that make us to embark on this protest.
Okay, before coming to the second each issue, your second agitation, which is of falling standard of education, which everybody can testify to that fact. This protest you are staging, what is going to be the nature of the protest? Because when people hear protest, their mind jumps. Even the government, and I can see you've copied the Commissioner of Police, the DSS, and other relevant agents, even the government itself. So what's going to be the nature of this protest?
I'm sorry to say, I'm a history student, and I come to understand that whosoever is going into protest, there is a lot of guidelines. And of course, we have all these guidelines. We have written letter to the DSS, Department of State Service. We have written letter to the Commissioner of Police and other security agencies. And of course, whosoever whosoever sell his land, he's selling the future of his children. And we don't want to stay behind to see our parents or our younger ones coming up and selling the dreams and attention of the coming generation. So now we have a lot of measures, and this protest we are talking about is a peaceful protest. We are not there to fight. We are not there to make any argument. It's a peaceful protest, and this protest is going to be the first of its kind when it comes to peace, because I so much believe there is a lot of securities. I so much believe there is a lot of well-educated people that will join us in this protest. And of course, the National Association of Nigerian Student Chairman, Comrade Mubarak, that is the NANS JCC chairman, have also called to our attention that it's a very good one, but we should make sure it is peaceful. And we pray and we hope and we are wishing it's going to be peaceful, because we have all attention in Suleja, we have attention in Lapai, we have attention in Kwantagora, and here in the capital city of Niger, which is Mina. So definitely I think we are fully ready. We are fully ready. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. As you said, a comrade is always a comrade. We are just demanding for what belongs to us.
Okay, are you going to occupy the state capital or all the strategic places in the state? Because we need to know this so that probably commuters who are not involved will prepare their mind. Okay, since there's going to be a protest 5 days from now, probably it's either they stay off foot or what they're going to do, they will do, because probably the protest might lead to maybe blocking the road or that is so.
You know, there's a lot of ways of protesting. You don't have to block roads. You don't have to cause chaos in the activities and all that. The protest is going to be peaceful, and that is how it stands. It's going to be peaceful, but I'm assuring you, the students are angry. They are deadly angry in the sense that some people don't even have what to eat. And you know, they say the hungry man is an angry man.
An angry man is an hungry man is an angry man.
Yes, and hungry man is an angry man. Please, we want to crave for the indulgence of the government to please look into this issue, because this issue is not something to just overlook and stay aside. Even the government official, please, if you know you are part of this government, please talk to our darling governor, as we all know that he is hardworking, dedicated, and of course he is prayerful. But please, in this situation, a lot of things are going on, sir. I can see a lot of things.
Yes, a lot of things going on. Now, how much is even the bursary you are expected? Because government out, we know, I can remember during the time of late engineer Abdulkadir Kuri, what they paid then for normal students, you know, because the student has been even categorized. But again, I think it's 3,000 naira. The last I checked, I think I was during Korea, I've actually benefited. Is it once or twice? I can't remember, but it's, I think, 3,000 naira. And there is a special money for the health students and lawyers. There are some special courses. Again, during the administration of Dr. Muazu Babangida Aliyu, I think the money has been jacked up to, I think, 9,000 naira or thereabout. You know, you two, the commerce, again, the commerce, you know, you do take your own, percentage. If it is 10,000 naira, the national headquarters will take 500. The local chapter of any of these institutions take 500, which is 1,000. So in the event they are paying 10,000, they get 9,000 naira. So I think it will, so that for us to set the record straight. Yeah. So how much is the bursary? Or you have not collected? You have not, ever since this administration come, you have not gotten.
We haven't gotten any.
So
scholarship.
you can't even tell what the government has planned to pay.
But the previous, I think, administration of Comrade, I think.
That you look at it as government during Abubakar Sadiq Sani Bello's regime.
Yes, during Sadiq Sani Bello, I think that is the administration of Comrade historian. I think the people studying, I think, the degree program, they received the sum of 50,000. Okay. While I think the law student received the sum of 250,000. While the medical student received the sum of, I think, 300,000. Okay. I think that is during the regime of Abubakar Sani Bello Lulu. Okay. But in this regime, unfortunately, in this regime of ours, the NANISS national headquarters, we have not received anything. I think since we found ourselves in this,
when assume power.
Yes, when assume power. And the funniest part is that the NANISS national headquarters have tried as much as possible to organize various programs, despite the fact that we have not looked into consideration. We organize, I think, Children's Day. Yes, we organize Children's Day, which we call children from various schools to come and celebrate and to come and celebrate their day. And of course, we organize a transportation that we ease student
Yes.
coming and going from home to the
Yes.
various schools. I think there's a lot of program that this association have organized without the support of any government officials. And I think this is the time, this is the moment, this is the actual moment the government need to support the student. A lot of people are saying that we are doing it because of us. We are not doing it because of anybody. There's not anybody you look in NANISS national headquarters, you said he needs something from you. We are all students, yes, of course, but we all have skills doing. We support ourselves. We know how we've been working together to see that we are successful. A lot of people like SME. There was a certain time that a lady from University of Castina State University, she's about to write her exams. We work with letters in this Niger state. All the government officials, no one have supported us. To God be the glory. SME, I think the current member, he's the one that called, present member, he called us here. He asked us to meet him in Abuja, and he's the person that bring to our aid at that very moment. Nobody is looking at us, and if we start saying that, we said student, 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 student. So I think sir, these are the biggest challenges we are facing as far as this union is concerned.
Okay, as we are in the course of our discussion, we just Comrade Hassan Abdullahi, the Secretary General of NANISS National Headquarters, has just stepped into the studio. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Comrade Hassan Abdullahi, a 400 level student of Bayero University, Kano. I think briefly that's who I am, and I'm the privileged Secretary General of NANISS National Headquarters.
Thank you very much for that. Now, before you come in, we're actually looking at some of the issues that has prompted you to embark or planned this protest that is coming in about 5 days to come. Now, the bursary allowance is one. Two is the issue of falling standard or reform that you're calling for. What's prompted you, and what prompted you to add that as part of your agitation? Knowing fully well that mostly when they talk about a student unionism, it's mostly predominant or prominent in tertiary institution. But this time around, you are looking at primary and secondary school, the falling standard of education, and you are adding it to your own agitation. Why?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. The question you asked, what made us to add this particular falling standard of education? You see, NANISS National Headquarters is not representing only students from national from tertiary institutions. We are representing students from basic, ranging from primary, nursery, primary, secondary, and tertiary institution. So, and take a look at our what is it called? Primary school and secondary schools today. In fact, I in person have visited a lot of primary and secondary school within Niger State. In fact, there are schools that today, if you go, you feel like crying, sir. The roofs are not there, chairs are not there. You only see in some areas, you only see students sitting within the trees. Some teachers are not even present. What our government doing? What are they doing? And we have representative. What baffles me in this regard the most is that we have each local government has chairman, they have councillor, ward councillors, and all these things that are happening, and they did not take any action to see how they can amend this. So we see it to ourselves that no, we don't need to keep quiet any longer. At least we are representing these people, and they feel that no, let me use the word like we are their representative. They trust, they entrusted us, and we are not there for ourselves. If people elect you, what they want from you is for you to represent them, and not to only represent them, but to represent them very well. And that is what we are doing now.
Okay.
And a lot of people are saying we are not paying our tax, that we are there, we are eating money. And if, since the day I found myself in NANISS national headquarters, and there is no even appointee that have ever once said, take this 500 and get recharge card. And they are the one going back saying that we are eating the government money. We are eating the government money. Whosoever knows Niger State College of Education today, yesterday, and know Niger State College of Education today knows that there is changes. May God bless the life of Farouk.
Amen.
When Niger State College of Education was Niger State College of Education, I think when you went to Niger State College of Education, you know that learning is taking place here. But today,
learning is not taking place.
Learning is taking place, but there is a lot of people cannot even afford the little education in Niger State College of Education. People are coming from Borgu. That is the biggest local government, I think, not in Niger State, even in Nigeria. But we found ourselves in one of the primary schools in Borgu as we are talking to. There's not even roof. There's no chairs. There's not even chalkboard to ride. My assistant, the NANISS national director of social, said, please, can we do something? I said, even if we can do something, what can we do to give these people the best they want? Nothing. I told you I went to Lepe, when I was coming back, there was a village that I said, let's just drop and supervise. Look at the schools. Before Lapai to Paiko. The schools are there. They are taking most of the students to farm. Then what? And they said education is one of the basic sector that will look towards. As I said earlier, we are not fighting with the governor, we are not fighting with the government, we are not fighting with everyone that has to do with the government, but we are calling, we are pleading, we are craving for the indulgence of whosoever is part of the government to listen to us. And they are not listening to us, and that is what prompts us to protest.
So bearing any last minute change, you are still going on with your protest as planned?
I will say it, and I have said it. There is nothing that will draw us back to this protest unless the government listens to us and give us attention.
Even though when it is time, on this program, we do take a little break. So that when we come back, we continue.
No.
So let's take a break. Listener, we shall be taking a little breather to bring you this flash. And when we are back, we shall continue with the discussion. Don't go nowhere.
90.1 FM. News.
Get the latest news in Nigeria and the world over on Badeggi Radio. We give you the latest updates and keep you informed 10 a.m. every morning with News Flash. Keep up with what's happening on the globe with news at 12 noon and get more information with news at 5 p.m. Get all you need to know in one place.
News.
Good morning and welcome to Badeggi Radio News Flash. Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has strongly opposed the proposed upward review of remuneration for political office holders by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, warning that the move could worsen inequality and spark nationwide outrage. In a statement issued in Abuja, NLC President Joe Ajaero described the proposal as insensitive, unjust, inequitable, and a direct threat to social stability. He argued that such a review will deepen poverty among Nigerians, most of whom have been classified as multidimensionally poor. The Labour leader faulted the justification given by Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission Chairman Muhammad Usman, dismissing it as inadequate. He warned that turning public office into a pathway for wealth rather than service will heighten desperation for political position, with dangerous consequences for governance and stability. Nigeria Political Science Association (NPSA) has called for the suspension of the plan to augment the remuneration of public office holders in the country. The association, which made its view known on the contentious issue in a statement by its president, Professor Hassan Saliu, called for the suspension of the planned salary increase for the public office holders. Saliu said the proposition to augment the remuneration of public office holders in Nigeria, being championed by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, is a contentious issue, particularly in light of the prevailing economic challenges confronting the citizenry, derived essentially from the low level of productivity in the country, among other factors. Medical professionals and health experts have called for immediate and proactive measures to tackle the rising rate of mental health disorder and intake of hard drugs in the country, describing the situation as a national emergency. According to the experts, during the inauguration of Mines Medical Specialist Hospital and Drugs Rehabilitation Center, a neuropsychiatric facility in Ondo City, the country needs to be worried, considering the 25 to 30% of the population is battling mental health issue. While disclosing that the lack of inadequate facilities to address risk factors and threat people battling mental disorder has been contributing to the high rate of the issue, the founder of Minds Medica, Dr. Jibayo Aideyeye, stated that the idea behind the establishment of the facility was due to the critical dearth in accessible areas, particularly in Ondo State. That's the news. Thanks for listening, and do stay tuned for the full bulletin.
Get the latest news in Nigeria and the world on Badeggi Radio. We give you the latest updates and keep you informed 10 a.m. every morning with News Flash. Keep up with what is happening on the globe with news at 12 noon and get more information with news at 5 p.m. Get all you need to know in one place.
News. Badeggi Radio 90.1.
Listeners, you're welcome back to a football program, the Badeggi Radio Link. Well, this morning we are having officials of the National Association of Niger State Students, NANISS National Headquarters, who are here to discuss some pressing issues, talking about some of the agitation that is leading them to organize a protest that is coming in 5 days to come. Yes, they talk about their Bozu allowance not forthcoming ever since the current administration of former Governor Umar Mohamed Bago. Again, the falling standard of education at primary, secondary and tertiary level is one issue that is prompting them to, call the attention of the government to fix the schools in order to give Niger State what it deserved. I have in the studio Comrade Aminu Shoaibu, the NANISS National Director of Social National Headquarters. We have Comrade Hassan Abdullahi, NANISS Secretary General, National Headquarters. And of course, joining us now is Comrade Mahmoud Zubairu, the Welfare Director to NANISS National Headquarters. You're all welcome once again.
Thank you so much, sir.
So we are looking at this issue. You have set the ball rolling.
Yes.
Your demands.
Yeah.
Which is geared towards fixing things.
Yes, of course.
Now,
fixing education. Exactly.
To precise.
Yes,
particularly.
yeah.
Now, you said ever since this government come on board, they have never given you a dime in the name of Bozui.
This year. Yeah.
Now, you want to embark on protest and you say there's no going back. But some people could have the belief that comrades could be called upon, probably behind the door, and settle you, and before you know it, the protest will have gone to twin air.
Before I say anything, I would like my fellow comrades to join me in the song. If you know belong, go, you better come out too. If you know come out too, your body go tell you. Your mama no dead yeah, your papa no dead yeah. If you die, you die for nothing. My very own good listeners, parents, brothers, and sisters listening from various perspectives in Niger State. As I said earlier, this protest, there is no anything that will make us to go back, unless if the government listens to us. We are prepared. We are fully ready. We are fully ready to take this protest wheresoever it's going to take. If today, this morning, I saw the Barketa family, my boss, saying something very very important relating to the Niger State government about a statement he made that there is no hardship in Niger State. Of course, part of this country, in fact, in Africa, there is no any country that is not facing hardship. There is no any country that is no corruption. But a lot of corrupt leaders invest in their country. But of course, that is what history taught us. Particularly me, studying history and interrelation studies. So now, the problem that lies here is that the attention is not given to us to even hear from us. The appointees, the appointees that the state government are appointing, they are not people that into education. They don't know what's happening in education. I want to crave for the indulgence of the government. Whensoever they want to make an appointment, let them look towards the student union government president or the people that have graduated, maybe not less than 2 or the year that they are graduating. They should be given those appointments because they are the ones that know the struggle that is happening within the educational sector of any high institution. And of course, there is a lot of problems which is affecting this primary, secondary and high institution, which is we just want the government to listen to us. We don't need stories anymore. They have been giving us stories. We don't need stories. We need action. We need implement. We want the government to implement. We want the government to take an action towards our demand. This is happening every year. It is happening every year, but this year is different. We don't know what is going on. We don't actually know what is going on. The students are stoning at us that a lot of project is going on. Our governor is giving out money, but what is happening to the scholarship? What is happening to our schools? What is happening? There's a lot of people that are coming to school today. They have graduated from primary, they have graduated from secondary, but it will come to your notice that they cannot even write their name properly in a higher institution. What is the problem? It's because the education in primary and secondary school is collapsing. A lot of parents are taking their children to private schools, taking them out of government school. Even I know an appointee today that he is bragging that he will not take his children to government school because they are teaching nothing. What is the problem?
To add to what my brother just said, the question is very straightforward, saying that what will happen in a situation whereby we have commercial, let me use the word commercial comrades, or nowadays we have comrades that after all arrangements are made, then they'll go in one side and maybe see 1 or 2 things.
Those people are called data boys.
Data boys, right? Okay, let me not use the word data boy to them. I call them commercial, or let me say they are after money. This time around, we stand on our feet. That we all comes together to agree that nobody is deviating from this particular action we want to take. That is to say, as far as we are concerned, we are not deviating.
Your demand must be met.
In fact, we must press our demands home.
Okay. Now, what is the minimum? What are you actually asking for? Should the government want to come in now and say, okay, they want to respond to you? What would government do very quickly for you to abort the planned protest?
It's very simple. If the government want us to abort this particular action from the student body, then first of all, the government should listen to us by paying 2025 bursary. And again, we are pleading again for the state government to look at this educational system of Niger State. At least for government to do this, it's not something very difficult. And if government will come in with this period of time, we can about this particular protest we are about or we are agitating for.
Okay, very quickly. If the government now said, okay, we give you promises that, okay, you know, disbursement is not something that you just wake up and say you want to do. And looking at the time frame now, you have just 5 days. Probably they might tell you that you cannot do the disbursement within 5 days. You have to raise voucher, do this, that. And of course, the falling standard of education, they want to go and look at it. If they give you all this promise, will you still abort the process or you still go on?
Sir, with all due respect, for over 8 months, the registration of scholarship bursary, I think it starts by January and end at February. So, and we've been going helter-skelter, engaging government representatives, engaging the traditional rulers to see that let them come to our head. So at the end of the day, we have soft landing. Within these 8 months I'm talking to you, sir, all efforts have been proof abortive. Nothing come up.
Okay, wait. Now, you know, probably, you know, gone are the days when we used to have, not trying to insult anybody here, but gone are the days when we used to have comrades who stand by their words, when government never take them anything about the unionism. So with like a discal, they're very serious because they know the students are not after money, but many have said comrade these days are after money. That's by the way. Now, I don't know, since you are champion the cause of your student, and you have just told us now that any student from primary, secondary to tertiary are your people. Are you aware that sometimes this year the former governor have promised the school of Niger State Health Technology Mina that is going to pay for their national exam? This is this year's exams. He made the pledge, and the pledge was not being redeemed after some times. When the school asked them that it is a national exam, if you don't pay, you will miss. Yes. Then some parents have to pay money. Despite all agitation. But to God be the glory, later the former governor redeemed his pledge. But the bottom line now is, after redeeming the pledge, many of these students have not gotten the money.
Yes.
In fact, I speak to you, the Department of Health Education have written their exam and have gone. Gone. Today, the Department of Community Health will be writing their national exam today, and the exam will be over by Thursday. Probably as soon as they are done, they will be gone. As they are going, are they going to get this money? Are you aware of that case? Are they part of your agitation? You've not included that in your agitation. What is happening?
We are about to say that, or I have even said that at the beginning of this conversation.
Okay.
I said the School of Health particularly is we have been to School of Health with the national president, I think twice or 3 times. Asking students and of course even some lecturers that what is going on, because same promise I think have been made in the Abdul Khalil Kure University in Mina, and still today we are looking up to, you know, sometimes it's not everything that they used to open up to us because they know we are there to represent students, and of course there's a lot of people that actually don't want us to do those things because of their interest, because if you could check a lot of people today in our society, but most of people are doing things on their own interest. And of course, you know, NANISS national headquarter, NANISS national body is not a student body that will be hidden or hiding, that everyone knows that this association is existing. It's part of the reason why we are here, because they have neglected education entirely. They are not listening to education. And whatsoever you are doing in life, you must be educated. Either you are in the business or you are in the politics, whatsoever you are doing, you must be educated. What if today education have been neglected totally? Then what do you think will happen to the community? They are talking about thuggery, they are talking about banditry, that all this happen in absence of education. Whosoever is educated will not go and kill or take drugs that will be ill to his health. Let me give you an example to this coffee that is happening in Mina. There is a student that I know in and out that had I'm sorry to say, her dad, the only time he find some income is using this keke napep.
Yes.
And the owner of the keke napep used to use it from morning 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Then you give that man from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Now there is coffee from
restriction of movement.
Yes, from that moment. Then this man now has nothing to offer to his family. I don't know if you understand. He has nothing to offer to his family. He cannot even pay the dues for his children, and he is crying. Most of the students now are falling into prostitution because of this.
Yes, because money express.
Yes,
I can remember even during our
most
days,
of the students.
that was
I
actually
think
high cost in registration.
when we are in Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University on Thursday and Friday for the NANISS and student union government programs, we used to have this, but it is something that I experienced. Go to the state locus at night, and when you ask the student, you call them to talk to them, they will tell you that they don't have anything to pay in school. Even the food that they will eat is a problem.
Okay. Very quickly, for the benefit of a good understanding and record, are you also aware that there is a plan to start payment of that money, some part of the money that former governor promised those students? But unfortunately, from the investigation we have carried out, that if you pay 70,000 naira, yes, they will be giving you, they will pay the parents, or they will refund you 50,000 naira. You understand? So almost 20,000 naira has been cost. So this is another privileged information, probably to the government and to the critical stakeholders. Well, this is a phone-in participatory program. We have people who are actually following us who may want to throw their own questions or make comment and contribution. Listeners, you can watch us on our social media platform, our TV, which is Badeggi Radio 90.1 TV. You go to our YouTube channel there. You like and comment, of course, subscribe so that you can have more of our programs there. So let's have some of the messages. We have one message now coming from let's say, okay, Mohammed Abdul Kadir Lafarmai said, my personal view and support for NANISS headquarters protests. He said the National Association of Niger State Students is preparing for a peaceful protest in the coming days, driven by serious concern about education in Niger State. The key issue are dilapidation of educational structure and lack of scholarship disbursement, which are particularly troubling given to the current economic situation in the country. Well, it's a very lengthy one. I wouldn't want us to go that. Let me take this one. They're very lengthy ones. So let's just open lines for callers to call in and make their own comment and contribution. 0913857901 is the number to call and join the conversation.
Hello, Usman Afra.
Yes, good morning, MDR.
The student president and NANISS officials, you're highly welcome to the studio.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I must commend you people for your foresight and the courage, you understand. You can see, Usman Afra, we are in a serious dimension in terms of education in Niger State. Honestly, already there is a setback. The government has to, the student, bring the idea of going to strike as a protest before Niger State government will listen to pay. You understand? How much is the stipend the government is going to pay? You understand? The students. This money is just a peanut from the state government. Let's be realistic on whatever we are doing. Honestly, look at the way the education is going down in Niger State. A lot of people who have government officials, they are not even listening to you. They decided to remain silent, and a lot of this is going, you understand, out of hand in Niger State in terms of education. Where are we heading to? It's very, very unfortunate that we find ourselves in this kind of dimension in Niger State, honestly.
All right, thank you very much.
For now.
Thank you very much. 0913857901 is the number to call. When you call, you have 1 minute to make your own submission, question, or contribution you want to ask. And of course, you can follow us at Badeggi Radio 90.1 TV to like and comment or subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you can have more of our programs here. Hello.
Good morning, the comrade in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I'm Comrade Ahmed calling from 1 to 3 quarter.
You're highly welcome, sir.
Yes. Rapai, there's no more time. I think the comrade in the studio, have you taken your time to inquire from the DG student affairs, which is Comrade Bibi Sharif, because sometimes you don't know if these funds have been approved by the governor or they are waiting approval. But nevertheless, there should be a state of emergency in all our schools in Niger State, to be sincere, starting from the state capital. Lastly, the scholarship. There is hardship. Most of the students are depending on the scholarship. Please, they should try and pay this money. We are calling on the former governor. But Apaya, I know you. Please try to encourage from the GG student affairs, which is Comrade Bibi Sharif. Thank you very much.
Yes, God's willing, we are going to send invitation to Bibi Sharif, the usual caller here, to come and hear their own side. Probably they might be doing something, in closed door that you are not aware about. You should be engaged. Yes. Hello.
Good morning, Usman Apaya. Good morning, my fellow comrades in the studio.
Good morning,
my name is Ambassador Gabe the Challenger. I'm calling you from Tudun Fulani. This issue of scholarship bursary in Niger State is a very sympathetic issue and it's also worrisome. I'm challenging Comrade P.P. Sheriff. Here is the DG, student affairs. He's representing students. He's representing the governor, no? What is he doing pertaining this issue? That is what students are saying. He's representing them. So what is he doing? You understand? To end this crisis. I am challenging Comrade B.B. Sheriff. He's representing the students, not Mr. Governor. He should step up and do the need to. Lastly, Usman Abaya. This issue of scholarship, Nabago, where they write exam for Amadou Bahago and other schools, up to now the results never come up. Up to now they never start the disbursement. Is uncalled for. So me, I'm challenging Right Honorable Bago constructively this morning. He should step up and do the needful. He should have what we call open door policies to the students.
Thank you, Gebu. Do you write exams now before getting scholarship?
Yes, there is a lot of screening that is taking place.
Including writing exams?
No, that one is different.
That one is there's a lot of scholarship. There's a lot of scholarship that's been promised by the government. Some of the scholarship is.
He said he will take 1 million. I said 1 million, 1,000 students to foreign country, right? Yeah. Yes, and they wrote exam. I think more than 2 to 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Have they been taken to foreign countries?
They wrote the exam. Up to today, no results.
There's no result.
The results have not come out. What happened? We don't know.
Probably the examiners are still marking. They are not.
For how many months?
Maybe they're still marking the
papers. No problem. Thank you.
Hello.
Is it Jamba they are marking or what?
So you can hear the NANISS of say
Well, Brother Fire, I welcome your guest here. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Daddy.
My contribution on this aspect is that they should not come and politicize this issue.
Yes.
Because we are in politics era now, and the moment people want to voice out their ideas or their views, the next thing you hear is that it has been politicized. It's either the comrades will be cornered, or if some of them are from Zone A, they will say to a Kataga that they will loot you. That is what you hear. And they say, now we. So we should keep it. But thank God that we are hearing it from them. They are voicing out, and people Nigerite are hearing it. To continue to say declare state of emergency in health, declare state of emergency education, is you just declaring in it by voice without embarking into the action? If you continue to say declare state of emergency, what has changed even when it has been declared? Do you see any changes? Nothing. The comrades said it here. Some of them say they have done their own investigation findings and they have went through some of these codes and they saw the conditions of the structures there. Not to talk of teachers that are not being retrained, just to be retrained too. And that is why you see some of these political holders with their children are not in this school.
Yes.
These are the problems. If you come to say that now the thing where we are in grabbing the administration, people who have the court, their power exorbitant and intoxicated with power, they say do this, no, we'll close your radio, we'll do this, we'll do that. Everybody should be moved, nobody should talk. It is not done like that. I wish you success. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So he's talking about intimidation now.
Yes.
Are you prepared? Because I know it's not easy for you to do this. You are now talking about you will not allow yourself to be bankrolled to call off the struggle you've started.
Yes.
But are you also prepared to go to move with your blanket? Probably you could be taken to custody. Are you prepared?
We stand unintimidated.
As we are speaking to you like this, I think yesterday we are in Daza TV
Yes.
and the video was published. I was being called by various people. I was being called, thank God, my dad is an understandable somebody. He asked me, he said, it's because he's someone that doesn't understand English. You understand? So there we have been calling, there is someone that even called my dad that what your son is doing, but you should call him, he can be killed. So my dad said, za a kashe ku ne, na ce ba za a kashe mu. That is this morning. Ce ba za a kashe mu ba kawai dai abu ne wanda ake nema wa yara yanci da kuma shaurin sai ce to Allah ubangiji ya ba ku sa, Allah ya sa albarka. So we have received a lot of calls. Friends, well-wishers, brother, even enemies. Before, we don't want to be in this struggle. Particularly me. I want to focus on my business. But I come to understand if all our voice is down, the tout will take over. Because politics, what people believe is that politics is all about cin amana, rashin adalci da shauransu. But I come to understand that politics, siyasa, is beyond that. If all of us are quiet, then definitely there is not any community that will be developed. Just as Walter Rodney, I said in history, who wrote how Africa, how Europe underdeveloped Africans, he was killed. So,
but struggles still continue.
Yes, but struggles still continue, and up to today he's remembered.
So if you in the studio now, the champion or one of the leaders have been arrested, you mean there are some comrades that will still come?
That will still continue.
Yes,
That
of
is
course.
the fact.
Okay, so well, I think our time is fast spent. What would be very quickly? What would be your parting words?
My beautiful
in 30 seconds, 30 seconds, yes.
my beautiful listeners, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you spending time to hear us whatsoever you are. At this junction, I stand speaking from the Badeggi FM, Comrade Aminish Aibu, popularly known as MC Nazari of Jordan 93.9. At this junction, I want to say a very big thank you, and please, we need your support. We need your support in any angle we call. And the protest still remains, still stand. We are going to protest as far as the government did not listen to us. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I still remain Comrade Hassan Abdullahi. My own last word to the listeners and viewers is that we are pleading to the state government to do the needful before this time. And again, we are calling to all Niger State students, wheresoever they are, they should support this movement. We stand on our feet. Thank you all.
Comrade Mahmoud Zubair, your first and last statements.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We are in afternoon already. Thank you so much to our good listener, best wishers, and even the bad wishers. So we are pleading on the former governor to please do the needful. Students are stranded. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, listener, that has been the package the NANISS National Headquarters are planning and are going on with their plan to protest against lack of disbursement by the current administration of former governor for this year, and of course the falling standard at all levels of education. And of course they have just laid their voice. We hope the authority concerned have heard them, and they should do the needful to address the situation before it escalates. Well, from all of us here, I am Osman Apaya. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and goodbye for now.